Hello and welcome back. I'm Sky Class and this is Puerto Morelos, Mexico. This is our home for the month of April and we are absolutely loving it. It's a very small town. It actually got classified as a city not too long ago because it just passed 15,000 people. But it's located about halfway between Cancun and Playa del Carmen, which are two of the three main cities along the Mexican Riviera here. But this is kind of like the small town, whereas the other two are big bustling cities. In fact, Cancun has almost 1 million people now. But Puerto Morelos is the perfect place because it's not too busy, it's absolutely beautiful, and you have everything you need here. You have 2 big supermarkets, lots of very cheap restaurants, and of course the beach. This beach is gorgeous. I will say the water isn't quite as vibrantly blue as Cancun was, but the water is just as warm. It's about 80 degrees here, and the ambient temperature outside is about the same, 80, 82 degrees, which is amazing. And also the water is very, very clear. The water down south of here, next to the island of Cozumel, the water has a visibility of about 200 feet. Here the visibility is about 150 feet, but that's still amazing. In fact, the other day I went out into the water with my goggles on, and as soon as I put my head under the water, there was a tropical fish about this far away from me. Big fish, absolutely beautiful. And a whole bunch more as I continue to swim around. Just tons of tropical fish. At night, the stingrays come out. You don't necessarily want to be swimming around them, but if you go onto the piers, you can see them underneath you. And when I say big, they're, good sized stingrays. So yeah, a lot of awesome fauna here in the water. We definitely plan to take a trip out to the reef out here. So I pan this a little bit this way. That is it's called the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, or the Great Mayan Reef, or Great Maya Reef. Kind of has 3 names. The official name is the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, which is the second largest reef in the world after the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. It starts just north of Cancun and extends all the way along the coast of Mexico, down actually into Belize. So huge reef, and of course we haven't made it out there yet, but I think in the next week we'll take a snorkeling tour out there, and hopefully by then my GoPro will have arrived and I can get some great underwater shots. Otherwise I might just chance using my Samsung S20 phone and maybe just plug up the ports so I can charge the phone after going into the water. I made that mistake last week when I did my shots in the waves in Cancun, and while the videos and photos were amazing, the charging port did get wet and I had to wait overnight for it to dry out before I could charge it again, which did make for a great April Fool's joke of my mom. I told her my phone was stolen and because she couldn't reach the phone, she believed it. Strike again. Hi, Mom. But yeah, no, it's we have a long history of April Fool's jokes in our family. Getting back to Puerto Morelos, yeah, so this is the beach. I would say the beach, well, we haven't actually walked all the way to the end of the beach, but it's probably only about 2 or 3 miles long, which is the actual portion of the beach that you would want to go swimming on. But I mean, that's a pretty good length. And the hotels here are nothing like they are in Cancun or Tulum. You have little boutique hotels along the beach here. And of course, if you go further, past Puerto Morelos in either direction, then you get into the whole hotel zones where you have the giant resorts, the all-inclusives, that kind of stuff. But we don't really like that stuff. In fact, we found one place here in Puerto Morelos, which is the coolest Airbnb I've ever seen. Well, I think I found one of the coolest little places here in Puerto Morelos. This is an Airbnb which was hand-built over 15 years. They brought in the windows, those wooden windows at the bottom are imported from India, but otherwise this entire structure is completely built with no symmetry, just kind of winding causeways up on top there. One side is a bedroom at the top, and then you walk across a little path to get to the bathroom in what used to be the little lookout of the house. But amazing place, gorgeous little pool here. This would definitely be the place to stay if you're in Puerto Morelos. Just an absolutely charming place. I think they plan to open up a little cafe down at the bottom here, but yeah, this is where I'd love to stay. But that's what it's like here. It's just really nice little boutique hotels. Our Airbnb that we're renting is part of a very large gated community that has its own swimming pool and really nice, little house. Well, it's a condo, so there's 6 apartments in the building. We've got 2 bedrooms in ours, but really, really nice place. And I think someone's holding up some bread for the seagulls. Yeah, there's a lot of seagulls on this beach, but not obnoxiously so. But they probably would grab bread out of your hand if you held it up, or your fish and chips lunch, something like that. When it comes to the food in Puerto Morelos, there are so many options. Mostly just local Mexican food, or we actually found a place yesterday that had like more of the traditional Mayan cuisine, which is excellent on this peninsula here. You can have pizzas and hamburgers. In fact, one of my favorite places is a little street food cart right by our Airbnb. The guy comes out at night and just serves the most incredible hamburgers, just street food hamburgers with bacon, ham, cheese. It's the Oaxaca cheese, so it's kind of like this Mexican, kind of like mozzarella cheese, unless I have the wrong cheese, and grills it all up. You can get the Hawaiian burger, which is with the pineapple. But yeah, we've been trying to try a different place almost every day, except that we do have a few favorites. The tacos, a lot of the tacos here you can get for as little as 50 cents a piece, which is cheaper than Cancun and Playa del Carmen. And I hear that Tulum's a lot more expensive. So if you're looking for a place on a budget, Puerto Morelos is definitely the best option. We do kind of splurge a little bit. We're going to some of the nicer places. One of my girlfriend's favorite dishes is called ceviche, which I still don't fully understand, but it's kind of like a fish prepared in a certain way with lime sauce and tomato sauce. And again, I'm not quite sure how it's prepared, but it is absolutely delicious. So we've had that a few times. You can get it just as a big plate, or you can get it on tostadas. Just to kind of clarify the Mexican food, I'll probably make a full video on this sometime, but burritos, not Mexican food. That is what you call Tex-Mex, or a Texas-Mexican combination, but it was really invented in the US. Here it's tacos, which is your soft tortilla, small. They're corn tortillas and sometimes flour tortillas, about this big, sometimes a bit smaller, sometimes a bit bigger. And then you have tostadas, which is the same tortilla, but fried until it's crispy and hard. So that's your tostada, and then you have your quesadillas, which is queso tortilla, your tortilla folded with cheese and usually meat inside. Oh my gosh, I had one last night at Tacos al Chile, and it was a huge quesadilla, but the amount of meat that he put in, the carne asada, I could barely finish half of it. It was such a huge dish. So yeah, just amazing food. We are definitely not getting tired of all the different places to eat here, and still a lot more places we want to try. Down by the beach here, there's 2 seafood places that we love. One is called Amor y Pez, or Love and Fish, and the other one I think is just called Blue. And they both serve really good fish and chips, ceviche, shrimp tacos, shrimp tostadas, all kinds of stuff like that, and pretty good price. So Puerto Morelos has 2 different sides. You've got this side, which is the beach, or playa, and this is officially Puerto Morelos. And then you have the other side, which is called the colonial side, but that's where you have, that's where most of the locals live. This part is more for the beach and the nice hotels and the nice restaurants and boutique Airbnbs, and then the other side are the smaller homes and where the locals live, and kind of more of the street food trucks and just little huts, the kind of like what you would find in Thailand, that kind of small restaurants, just little hut, little dining area out front. And of course, that's where we live. So the food over on that side, and well, really about everything on that side, is about I'd say about 50% cheaper. So yeah, again, if you're on a budget, that's where you want to stay. And then you just take the Colectivo, which is a little minivan, which runs from all over that side right down to the beach, which is 10 pesos a ride, which comes out to about 50 cents. It was 8 pesos, and I think they raised it last year or this year. But again, still really, really cheap. What else? Yeah, there's just so many little places in Puerto Morelos. But we are going to be touring out into the local countryside here, or should I say jungle, because here you have what are called cenotes. And these are a geological formation that only exists in this part of the world, here in this part of Mexico. And there's 3 different types. There's open cenotes, semi-closed, and then cave cenotes. And they're basically little pockets that were created by the whole volcanic upheaval or something. I'm not totally sure, because I think I'm going to learn more about that when we go on the tours. And I think we'll just probably rent a car and just drive from one cenote to the next and check all those out. We've got the Mayan ruins to visit. There's a crocodile and monkey park very close to here, which I hear is more of like an eco park. They are very eco-friendly and very conscious about sustainable travel here. So obviously I want to research about that myself, and I will make another video once we go to these kind of places. And the cenotes, that will be a video in itself. Again, just so much to do. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So along the beach, let's see. Oh, they're just out of shot, but along the beach over this way, we have a whole bunch of different huts which give massages. So that's a big thing to do on the beach. They also have vendors that are selling handmade baskets. Well, you kind of assume they're handmade. They could be from a factory, but you know, I like to believe they're handmade. The food, we got a couple of empanadas on the beach. We got 2 for $1. Empanadas are kind of like a taco that's folded, crimped together, and then deep fried. Again, it's another dish that my girlfriend loves, and I love them too. Almost, well, kind of like a calzone, but with taco ingredients, or a dumpling. I mean, it's, you know, they're all vaguely similar, but different. But you know, the main thing to do here is just go swimming and just enjoy the weather. It's just fantastic. So yeah, we're here until at least until the end of April, but it's really starting to grow on us. We might stay here for another month. We might go down to Playa del Carmen or something, but yeah, I think we all really love Puerto Morelos at this point. I could easily spend a couple months every year here, and yeah, it's a happy place. So if you can make it, I would love to give you guys some more tips. If there's more things that you would like to know about Puerto Morelos, definitely leave them in the comments and I'll answer all your questions. If it's a lot of similar things, I'll make a whole video about that, but I'll definitely make some more videos on what it's like to live here. And just so you can see those videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell so you actually get notified when my videos come out. I will be trying to keep them consistent every Sunday. I was having a bit of editing difficulties this week, but hopefully I can actually get up to 2 videos a week and maybe more. I made one video on the flea market here in Puerto Morelos, which was kind of anticlimactic, but I'll probably throw it up anyway, just so you can kind of see what it's like, what arts and crafts and clothes are available here, and just, you know, the little things. But yeah, just a great little town. I've said that a few times, but I definitely think that more people should be visiting this place, but not too many. Let's not make it as crowded as Cancun and Playa del Carmen and Tulum. Those are the places for just crazy parties and big hotels, and this is just a nice small village. So maybe I'll see you here. Otherwise, thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.